Preparing live stream. Meeting is now streaming live on YouTube. Setting up your meeting for YouTube live. Okay. All right. Hello, everybody. Looks like we're streaming live here. Any of you joining in, and if you can't hear me or can't see me, if there's something going on with the video or with the audio, please let me know. So today we're going to be taking a look at how we're doing with our sponsorships. As you know, in December of last year, we began a journey of sponsoring 2 children every month for a total of 20 at the very least, for a total of 26 children by the end of this year. So we're well on our way. We're sponsoring 14 children now, and I'm going to be sharing with you some of the new children that we've taken on, some of the changes. You see some of the pictures back here. One of the things that happens with the sponsorships with Save the Children is the children are growing, right? And so the pictures are updated. I think they update them twice a year. I'm not exactly sure on the interval of time, but they are doing updates. So I'm going to just get this shared over to Twitter here in a second, and I'll be speaking more to this in a moment. Okay. All right, so feel free to chat, comment, ask questions, please. I love questions. It makes things more resonant and relative and relevant to what you guys are here for. I just want to start off really by saying thank you to all of you who are on this journey with Grow, and who are making it possible for us to bring children out of poverty and really initiate a lifelong journey of supporting children to get out of poverty, to get out of crisis, to get out of hunger, to get out of malnutrition, to get away from preventable diseases, and really to start helping the communities that these children are a part of to stand on their own 2 feet. Right. So one of the things I like about Save the Children, that this is the charity that we're aligned with and that we're currently sponsoring children in Ethiopia with. One of the things I like about their program is that they're not just dumping supplies and medical supplies and food, on the laps of these people and then driving away with their trucks. They're actually setting up a 3-phase plan with each community that they're working with. And the plan begins with coming in and getting the children out of the crisis mode that they're in, survival modes that they're in, and starting to stabilize the communities. And then it's about starting to bring in skill building, resource development, and ultimately get the communities to stand on their own 2 feet. Right? Get them to be more autonomous and sustainable in their own practices as a community so they can stand on their own 2 feet and start to have a ripple effect to the communities that are around them. So I want to introduce you guys. When we sponsor children, it begins online, of course, with the choices of making the difficult choices of choosing the children that you're going to sponsor. That's never an easy process, right? There are so many children that are in need of this sponsorship, and some of them have been waiting 8 months, 9 months, a year, and more sometimes for their sponsorship. So it's always an experience, and if we have some time today, I'd like to have that experience with you guys. So we're going to be meeting 2 new children that we've taken sponsorship on for here. This is the letters and the packets that Save the Children sends. And I'm going to be showing you here. This is Kiros. He's 5 years old. Absolutely beautiful child. really stuck out to me, and he's now part of the Grow family. So congratulations to all of you who are with the team. Kitos is now a sponsored child with us. And here is, I'm not sure if I'm pronouncing this right. I believe it's Zeude. This is her here. She's 8 years old. So these are the 2 new children that we've taken on this month. And I also want to introduce you guys to the differences between the children from when we started sponsoring them until now. As the pictures get updated, we get the updates like I mentioned before. So I'm going to do a little screen share here, and I'm going to refer to the pictures that you see behind me. I'll pull them off back from behind me. Those are the pictures of the children that we're sponsoring. And I will show you the differences between them. Our children are growing, and it's beautiful to see. Okay, so I'm gonna head on over to the sponsorship page and show you the difference between some of these children. It's absolutely beautiful. I'm gonna put this up here. And please, for those of you who are watching, there's a chat section. Feel free to ask questions. More than happy to answer any and all questions you guys have about our mission, what we're doing, how we're doing it, and everything that's involved with being a charity-based, mission-driven pool like this. Okay, so just got to do a few things to the web page here. Okay. All right. Okay, good. Okay. All right. I'm going to be sharing a screen here in a moment. I think I'm going to start with Kine and go from there. Okay. Okay, so here's the sponsorship portal for Save the Children. This is where they give you a little bit of information about the children that you're sponsoring. Here's Kine, and all of our children are in Ethiopia, and all of them are in an impact area called Waghimra. Waghimra is in a region of Ethiopia called Tigray. And I don't know how many of you are following the news in Ethiopia. I'm going to speak to that a little bit here in a little bit. There is a civil war happening in Tigray. There's a humanitarian crisis happening in this region, and it's very sad what's happening. There's a lot of people who are struggling, a lot of people who are hungry and in trouble. The war is some of the targets from some of the entities in conflict in the region have been hospitals and medical supply chains and even ambulances that are being taken out. Supplies are being, hospitals are being ransacked, emptied, destroyed. So it's a very difficult scene there right now. What I know about the children that we're sponsoring, and all of our children are in this region, okay? And what I know about them is that all of them are safe, from what I'm being told by Save the Children. The only thing that is not happening right now is the correspondence with the children. We're not getting letters from them because those routes are closed for obvious reasons. In the same way that the ambulances and supply chains are having trouble getting into that region, so is correspondence and mail runners. A lot of times, some of these more remote areas, mail running is not like a postal truck that arrives at the front door or puts mail in your mailbox. A lot of times, sometimes the mail, by the time it gets to some of these remote villages that are in these under these conditions, it's someone on the back of a horse, right, or someone in a carriage, or even someone on a camel, or been walking for a long period of time, or on a bike. So a lot of those routes are not happening right now. I just want to share with you guys here the change. So this is Kine, and I'm going to show you a picture of her when we first started sponsoring them. This is Kine. I'm going to stop the screen share. You see what she looks like in this more recent picture. She's 9 years old now. And this is what she looked like when we first got her sponsorship picture, right? Incredible difference between the two. It's really amazing to see children at this age grow because their facial features change so much. So it's beautiful to see that. So the next one I'm going to show you guys, this is a more radical change. I'm going to go over to, here's Kiros, just took on last month, Solomon, Workanesh, Getachew. Getachew was one of the first 2 children that we started sponsoring. And here is Halfdom, okay? So take a good look here at Halfdom in this picture. I'm going to bring her here out of this frame that I have over here for them. And take a look at Halfdom now. It's striking the difference. Look at Halfdom now, before. So this is Halfdom the last time the picture was taken when we took on her sponsorship. And this is Halfdom now. It's unbelievable. Oops, no. Wrong screen. Okay. So a striking change, unbelievable to see that. And really, it's just, you can only get so much from a picture, obviously. But so far in the changes that I'm seeing, I'm seeing what I would call a positive change, right? I'm seeing the child looks and appears healthy. Even their dress and the quality of their clothing has changed a bit. And I'm assuming that our work with them and our sponsorships with them are assisting them. What I do know about the sponsorship, the amount of money that they get in Ethiopian dollars is enough to take care of a full adult, actually, in terms of clothing, medical supplies, food, and shelter. So we're going to be also upping our sponsorship amounts for each of the children. We're going to get out of the minimum and we're going to go up about $11 US every month. We can afford to do that as a pool right now. And so I would like to give these children more support and in their journey through the struggles that these children are in right now. Okay, I want to show you, here's Mulukan. Mulukan is fierce. Desolagen. And here's Zodi. We just took her on last month. Asmade. And here's Mikitis. So Mikitis is another child that we're sponsoring. Just look at, this is a more recent picture of her. She looks beautiful. She's beaming. And let me show you a picture of what she looked like when we first took on her sponsorship. This was Mikitis when we first took her on. She's 8. She's closing in on 9 now. So this is when we first took her on. And this is her now, right? You see the way the age progresses and the beautiful smile is still there. So really so good to see. So I wanted to show you guys some of what I experience as a sponsor for these children. They're just starting on their journey with us, and this is just the beginning. We're not even a year in. So what I'd like to also do, introduce you to the rest of the children right now. This is Birtukan and Fasika, and back to Kine. Okay. So what I'm going to share with you now is A beautiful story. So Save the Children, as some of you already know, has been a charity for the last 100 years. And they have served over 1 billion children in the 100 years that they've been in business. It's an incredible story. And so there was a child that was sponsored about 60 years ago who, when she became an adult, became a sponsor herself. It's a beautiful story. I think you guys would love it. I'm going to share it with you guys. And just so you can see what, what a journey some of these children are taking, right? They're being supported out of their childhood into young adults, and then they become citizens in the areas that they live in, and they move around the world in some cases, and they get to tell the story of what it was like and what they're doing now, to support the same program that supported them 60 years ago. Unbelievable. Okay. Okay, I'm going to share the sound also.
I'm Sanyo, and I grew up in Uganda. I am back in Uganda right now to visit a place where I grew up and also to support a wonderful organization that supported me as a young child. We were sponsored by a family through Save the Children over 50 years ago. The highlight was meeting this wonderful young girl, Maimuna, who is now my sponsored child. I get goosebumps when I talk about it. Having the opportunity to sponsor Maimuna is a gift. Meeting Maimuna for the first time, she knew who I was, and I knew instantly who she was. Her eyes were like full of joy, and she was feeling comfortable, and she was feeling secure. My first impression of Maimuna School was that that's a perfect setting. It has really the major basic needs that a child would need to have at this time. Sponsoring Maimuna means that I can return some of the blessing. It is a blessing.
Nasanyuse nnyo nga ndabye sponsor wange.
She's going to do the best that she can with her life because we provided support for her. I believe in Save the Children because I saw it work in my life. 60 years later, they're still doing it and doing it better and better. As much that is being done, there's still so much more to do. We have an opportunity to do small things that mean big differences in people's lives.
Wow. Yeah. So I can only hope that I get to meet even one of my children. What I've been told is that, COVID obviously has made it difficult for sponsors to meet with their children and have that kind of relationship that you just saw there, especially in this region where there's so much economic stress and crisis with their health. It's not impossible. And it's one of the reasons that GROW is assembling a team right now to go to Ethiopia in November of this year and do everything we can to meet with the children, listen to them, and support them in other ways, maybe more directly, understand their communities, understand what's around them. Right now, obviously, it's a very dangerous mission. The region is in civil war. I have no idea what it's going to be like to be there in November, what I'm going to need. It's a lot to learn, and there's a lot of work for us to get to that point. So for those of you who are watching and who feel the desire to, be a part of this mission, you don't have to be a stakeholder, right? You don't have to delegate to grow to be a part of this. You can be a part of this directly as a sponsor. You can be a part of this by assisting us with what we're doing in organizing our team to go there. And maybe even if you feel the call to go with us to Africa and to be there on the ground, initializing ourselves in that culture and understanding what else can be done. Thank you. Yes. Thank you, Cardano with Paul. Andrew, those are so powerful. Aren't those photos amazing? And they keep up. That's the one thing that they've been doing well, is updating me on the progress of the children and their growth. I can't wait to hear more from them directly, correspondence and letters. Thank you, Shamrock. Yes. Yeah, as many of you know, this is a community effort, and it's the Grow family, but it's also all of you, right, who share this message, who get excited about it, who are passionate about what we're doing, and who are passionate about Cardano to making this ecosystem what it is, right? It's doing more for more people, literally and directly, right? These impacts that we're making in the lives of these children, for example, here with what we're doing with our mission, you can see from that video that we just showed, is tremendous, right? And that's one child that was sponsored. So shout out to some of the other mission-driven pools that are also supporting Save the Children or other humanitarian organizations. Shout out to 21 Ada and her pool. She has a beautiful mission of helping communities in Ethiopia build wells and bring fresh water to their villages. Also, shout out to Grow Your Stake, GYS pool. They're also doing this. They're funding well building, and I believe also in Ethiopia or other countries in the area. I'm not sure exactly where they're focused their efforts. These are just a few of the pools and mission-driven communities and families out there that are making this possible. Huge thanks to all of you out here in Cardano who, are hunkered down in getting through whatever it is we're going through right now as an industry. There's a lot of work to do, obviously, and we've come a long ways, and we have a lot to be proud of. I mean, in almost a month, we're going to be celebrating a year as state cooperators promoting this decentralized ecosystem. I'm very proud of us. I'm very proud of all of you. So with that, I want to segue over a little bit into what's happening with the pool specifically. I'm going to share some pool performance. Some of you have seen this before. This is how we calculate rewards and how we know what kind of profit we're going to make and how the pool's functioning and performing. I'm still using Eden Pool's calculation sheet. It's been modified heavily, and I told him that. He knows about it. And yeah, he was happy with the edits. I think it's just, I made it look prettier and whatnot. Okay, so we're currently in Epoch, I believe 273, right? Yes. Wow. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and share this screen for you all. Okay, so for those of you just joining us now, what I'm talking about is the performance for the pool and how the profits and the donations are calculated. So this is a reward calculator that Eden Pool put together about a year ago, I would say. And so here, the information that changes from Epoch to Epoch is the total active stake of the ADA. That is it. of the ADA that's circulating in our supply, about 32 billion right now, 23 billion of that, or about 70%, is being staked in community pools and exchange pools and into the ecosystem at large. The pool's active stake for Epoch 273 was 24.7 million. And our owner's stake has actually gone up. We're now up above, this is what it was in this snapshot. We're up above 154,000 now. We started at 151,000. And thanks to the change in pool fees, we've been able to donate more every month, sponsor more children every month, and increase our pledge, which as some of you, especially the SPOs who are paying attention, I was on the SPO call this morning, listening to what's coming down the pipe. The A0 parameter, the pledge factor for the network, is going to be changing this year. And of course, there's a lot of speculation about what the sweet spot's going to be, where pools have to be in order to maintain and sustain themselves as profitable businesses, and also as platforms that drive passive income and rewards for the delegators that are in their pools. So that we've been making sure that we're growing literally every 5 days in our pledge to get up to a higher level in the event that we need to be at that level. Okay, so the expected blocks here for 273 were 23, just over 23. And I'm going to take a quick look here at something. Let's make sure I am on schedule. Okay, so we have 46 minutes left in this epoch. Today is payday. Congratulations, everybody. It doesn't really matter what the markets are doing. You're still making money, you're making passive income, and you're contributing and participating directly and fundamentally in the mechanics of the blockchain with your stake. So congratulations for being a part of the mission that is Cardano. For this epoch, we got lucky. We actually got scheduled for 29 blocks, giving us a performance of about 125% for this epoch. So congratulations, all the delegators in Grow. We're on a really nice streak. And so here are what the profits look like over here. 5-day moving price average. I'm going to go ahead and update that. That is how we calculate the conversions, because we have some of the bills inside of the pool operation. We are still needing to convert. So 5-day moving average price for ADA is 1.289. All right. Okay. And so on the left here, we have these are per epoch expenses. Here's our pool pledge increase. 33% of the fee that we charge 4% is going to increasing that pledge. And the rest of it is going towards donations for the children of Save the Children. So right now we have 14 children that we're sponsoring. That costs us right now just under $93 every 5 days. That is going to go up. I'm going to change the donation factor that we're making every 5 days and go up, every month for these children. And I'm going to go up from $39 a month to $50 a month for each of the children. So this number is going to go up, and this number is going to go down. This number here, this is the new, this is Coty's AdaPay gateway for the Kumwe hub of Wanda in Africa, right? If you remember in the Cardano Africa special, there was a partnership formed between the Coty AdaPay gateway and a specific region of Save the Children in Africa, in the Wanda region, that take these donations and support all of their initiatives and programs and children and everything that they need in that area. And so all of these donations are actually made in ADA. These donations here come out of our account every month, and they're made in USD. And so that's why there's a conversion factor here. So in order to get to the next epoch, I'll show you what that's like. Those of you who are watching, I have a steady group of you. Hello, everybody. So what we do here is we make a copy of the Epoch sheet. This is actually something my sister is helping me with now, but I'm going to go ahead and do this for her now since I'm here on the live with you guys. And I'm going to move and copy the profit sheet. Okay, so now we need to get some information. So the first thing we do here is we change, obviously, the name of the epoch, the number of the epoch. The 5-day moving average is updated at the very end because the donations are made at the end of the epoch. So what we're doing right now is building the profit and epoch sheet for the next epoch coming up here in about 45 minutes. Okay, so here, the formula is pulling the total stake of the pool from the sheet. And so I have to tell it that it's pulling it from the new epoch. And also the income here for the pool is being pulled out from the new epoch, okay? So those are the numbers that change here on this sheet. Over here, it's a little bit different. I'm gonna go ahead and change this number here. Okay, I know there's some ways to automate this. We're working on that. There are ways to make this easier to do, to actually automate this every epoch. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and we're going to stay with this active stake. I don't think we have the active stake yet for the next epoch. Let me go see. Maybe we do. I use a combination of tools. I use Pool Tool. I use Ada Pools. I use Cardano Scan. If any of you want those links, let me know. I'll put them in the description. Those are the tools that I use to aggregate all this information. Okay, so right now it's just that, and we don't have this information just yet. Yeah, okay, that'll come in about 46 minutes, or how, you know, just after the epoch boundary, we'll know what the stake snapshots are. What I do know is that the active stake, I actually do have my active stake from Cardano Scan. I'm going to go over there. I like to use them for looking at what my active stake is for the next epoch. Okay, active stake 23263. Two, 3, 263 798 798. Okay. I don't know how much the total active stake is changing in this next epoch 274, but this is gross active stake for 274, and the pledge is now. Let me go look at what my pledge is. 1515. 1542203. Okay, our pledge has been going up steadily every epoch, thanks to you guys. Okay, and so the blocks that we have scheduled for the next epoch are 25, which is great. It's above what we're expected to make with our stake. And so we'll be seeing a performance above 100%. In this case, looks like about 115% for the epoch that we're moving into here. So we've been on a bit of a luck streak, which is great. We've been doing well over the last 3 epochs. And we're keeping our return on stake somewhere around 5.4%, I believe, is our lifetime return on stake, which is excellent. And our lifetime luck is somewhere around 103%, 104%, I think it is 103%. Yeah, total lifetime blocks 840. So this is what what we do to get an accurate idea of what we can expect to be able to donate. So if I come over here now to profits 274, This is the pledge increase that I expect to be able to do with this next Epoch. And these are the donations that I expect to be able to do at this moving price average, which I think is probably going to go up from where it is now. It has been making a nice recovery after that dip. So I expect our donations to probably go up over $400 here for the next Epoch based on the 5-day moving average. Okay. Okay, so the next thing I want to show you guys, and this is the last thing I'm going to show you before I close this live off. And again, if you're watching, if you have questions specifically about our sponsorships, about the children that we're sponsoring, about our plans for going to Africa this year on the ground, any of those kinds of things, please don't hesitate to drop a comment. And of course, you can reach us in our Telegram group as well. Join us there, and our Twitter feed, and we're on Instagram as well, and we're on Facebook. Okay, grow pools all over the place. Shout out to my sister. She's been helping with some of the social media on the Instagram and Facebook side, and it's been very helpful. Our following is going up, and I can see that some of that actually is coming into the pool as well. Sometimes delegators come and say hi. They introduce themselves, and that's always a pleasure for me. I love having relationships with my delegators. We have about 545 right now. And I think I have a relationship with maybe about 40 of them, something like that, out of that number. I think I'm in relationship with about 40 to 50 of my delegators. A lot of friends and family, and then also just all of you from around the world. Okay, so I'm going to come out of this and going to share with you some updates to our webpage. Okay. I am so lucky to have 4 screens that I can move around when I'm doing this kind of thing. How much time do we have left here? 35 minutes before the Epoch boundary. We turn over to 274. Okay. Okay, we're going to go to, all right. And going to do a share. Okay, so I just wanted to give you guys a quick tour. We made some changes to the website, and I just want to show you guys a few things that changed. So this is just, when you first come to growpools.io, you just real quick, what do we got? We got tier 4 global servers. We have a pledge of 154K. We have a pool fee of 4%, and 100% of our profits are donated to charity. If you come here, this is going to take you to a step-by-step that I wrote up for everybody who's interested in investing in Cardano. Opening up everything from opening an exchange account to choosing your exchanges, making purchases, what kinds of different orders and processes in that, how to get the money to the exchange, and then of course choosing your wallet. I have 2 examples here, the Daedalus and the Yoroi wallet, and then of course securing your wallets with the Ledger and Trezor hardware wallet products that are out there. And finally, how to take those purchases and not only benefit from them as investments in this project, but in passive income and in what the project's doing for the world and for you. Okay, so also a step 5 here, how long to keep, when to sell, reference here to CoinGecko, et cetera, okay? So that is the link on how to buy and stake Cardano. Down here, we're just kind of getting into some of our stats. Are mission driven. We donate 100% of our profits to save the children. Total donations to date are more than $10,000. This number is going up, obviously, after this Epoch. We're currently sponsoring 14 children. We're going to be taking on sponsorship of 2 new children here before the end of this month. So we'll be at 16 children before the end of June. And of course, our promise to sponsor 2 new children every month until December. Now, here's the thing with that promise. I plan on going beyond 26 children. I plan on sponsoring as many as we can. I want to sponsor, all of the children in this area, if possible, right? Dream big, and have a big mission, and let the cards fall where they may. But I am going for the top. I am going for taking as many children out of poverty as I possibly can with this mission. A little bit about me and the operator, and whether the stake is safe with us, and our contributions to the ecosystem. Our Pool Tool Awards, we're actually coming up on our 1,000th block, guys. We're, I think, around 830 right now. And we're going to be hitting 1,000 blocks right around the anniversary of mainnet, right around July 29th. So look for some tweets and some live videos from that. Ada Pool's Grow Pool stats, our Grow Block minting press, pool spec, and then some video spotlights and all the fun stuff that Grow's been featured in throughout these last few months here in this community. I'm gonna go over to the donations made page, where this is where we keep our official on-chain metadata stored donation receipts, where we announce the total donations USD. I'm gonna be changing this a little bit so that you see how much of the donations are in USD and how much are in ADA, because right now there's actually both happening. And so I need to, I'm gonna line item that for you guys. And then a shout out to Scentpool and his blockchain intelligence tool. I'm actually using that now to show all of the donation receipts that Grow has on chain through the metadata posts that we've been doing since, I believe, March of this last year. We started doing that. And so these posts are really simple. They have our pool ID, the reason for the receipt, what charity, what our donor ID is, our pool ticker, the donation date, the amount donated. This particular one is Trek Pool. Shout out to Trek Pool. He had a fundraiser and he wanted to donate the extra dust that accumulated from his campaign to Save the Children through Grow. So thank you so much, Trek Pool. I see you guys are actually doing really well. Congratulations. And building your stake, very passionate and very consistent in your mission to do that. Hey, Kikona, how's it going? Thanks for joining. Long time delegator. Yes, thank you so much. Yes, you're one of the originals. Happy to have you here. The epoch of the donation, and check this out, guys. The donation currency. Okay, this is the first donation I think that we made in ADA after the ADA payment gateway came on as a one-time donation. So if you click here on this page, this is going to take you to a receipt. So this is the actual payment that was made on behalf of Trek Pool for Save the Children. And if you click here, this link right down here, this brings you to Cardano's Blockchain Explorer and the actual transaction itself. So there is a now on-chain record of some of our transactions. All of our donations that are being made in ADA will show up on the blockchain like this, okay? Some of the, if you come here to, let's see. Transaction hash. Go over to our Blockchain Explorer. So this is what the receipt looks like if you go straight to the Cardano Explorer. Show unmoderated content. And so here's what you're seeing through Scentpools. He's pulling this off of the blockchain, obviously, and formatting it differently. But this is the actual Blockchain Explorer receipt itself, okay? I'm a little behind on posting receipts. I have a lot of catch up to do with getting the metadata receipts on chain and also getting myself up to date with the mission driven pool group and their GitHub repository. So the mission driven pool group, by the way, is doing a really good job of auditing themselves in terms of making sure that donations that pool operators are making are actually being made, are actually being done, and that they have legitimate receipts that they can provide for that. So shout out to Spec Pool and Lyft and Gaia and everybody over there helping lead the momentum and the mission of the Cardano mission driven pool group and keeping them alive and keeping them transparent and keeping them accountable. So just a shout out to you guys out there. And then of course, back here to our website, a little bit more about why we chose Save the Children, our alignment with them, and then some videos on what Save the Children is doing specifically this year, and some other some heart-touching videos about the other work that Save the Children has done and continues to do, including a strategic plan that they have. Okay, I'm gonna switch off of screen share here. And, you know, just what else can I say? You guys, for those of you who've been here with me throughout this video, thank you. Grow Pool family, I'm humbled by your support. I'm humbled by your belief in us, not just Grow, but in Cardano, right? A lot of you have your life savings here. And not only are you, you know, helping support a mission like Grow that is bringing children out of poverty every month, but you're also contributing to the vision of what Cardano is doing in the world, bringing economic identity, and I believe ultimately stability to a lot of these countries that are ready to take this technology and bring their ingenuity, their creativity, and everything that comes from populations that are not being held back and trapped and enslaved by poverty, by struggle, by day-to-day survival, right? What happens to populations when they don't have to spend the entire day walking just to fetch water, or to build fire for food, or to build a new shelter because the storm just blew it over, right? These are the things that a lot of these communities are facing. And so slowly over time, projects and visions like Cardano, we're not the only ones, thank God. This is a big mission, right? There's other missions and projects out there that are also doing this. And we have all of these ecosystem partners now that are jumping into specifically the ecosystem of Cardano to do even more. Right, like we saw with the Cody A2Pay gateway, specifically for Save the Children. Of all the charities, they're aligned with Save the Children. So that was just remarkable, and absolutely, it was so exciting to see that. So some of the other things that I want to share with you guys. What Save the Children is doing and some of the impacts that they're making. The impact of clean water. 89% experienced less sickness. 80% spent less time in energy fetching water. 49% felt better hydrated. And here's the ripple effect of sponsorship in Ethiopia on the personal level, on a community level, and on a national level. 130 high school graduates received teacher training that led to an average 300% increase in their annual income. So that's a really good example of how Save the Children, like I said earlier in this live, is not just dropping supplies on the doorsteps of these people. They're also training and building staff to bring these communities from their impoverished situations into more autonomous and independent situations where they can grow food for themselves. They have clean water coming out from the village and start to establish more infrastructure to help them expand and evolve in their needs and where they want to go. So that's really one of the biggest reasons that I've aligned with Save the Children. Outside of just, you know, the heartwarming and incredible experience of sponsoring the children and the dream that I have of meeting them in person. I mean, for those of you who saw the video that I showed, I mean, if I can just meet one of the children that we're sponsoring, that would mean the world to me. And I know that that's big for you guys too. Those of you who are on this journey with us, who are sponsoring, who are supporting us, and everybody else in this ecosystem that is surrounding us and doing everything they can for their passion and their missions and their businesses to make this the best that it can possibly be. My thank is to all of you who are waking up every day and doing that work. It's so important. It's so critical. And I'm honored to be a part of this community. I really am. So I think that's a wrap. We covered the sponsorships, the changes that we see in the children. Let me introduce you one more time to our two newest children. Again, here's Kiros. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful boy. And Zeude, I think. I'm going to find out how to pronounce that properly. I noticed the background image in quite a few of these pictures is very similar. Which leads me to believe, and it's honestly my hope, that we are sponsoring children that are collectively in the same communities, right? That know each other. So the whole point of Grow focusing specifically in Ethiopia, of all places, right? There are children all over the world who need this sponsorship, who need this help, who have been waiting for years in some cases for this kind of support, them and their families when they have families. We wanted to make and want to make a strong impact in a focused area, right? So this is partly an experiment also. What are we doing in a focused area, right? How much can we do for these children in this place? So again, thank you very much, all of you. Thank you, Grow. Thank you, stakeholders. Thank you, Cardano. Thank you, everybody building, contributing, running their stake pools. Shout out also to Epoch Pool, who's going to be taking a sponsorship here soon. I'm going to be helping him with the sponsorship. Shout out to you and your mission and what you do for Cardano and the community. And anybody else watching this, if you're thinking about being a stake pool operator, if you're thinking about sponsoring children, you're on the fence and you're not sure, jump in. Jump in. What do you have to lose? At the very least, you're going to meet amazing, beautiful people. And you're going to also be a part of something incredible. Not just financial, but spiritual, emotional, intellectual, right? Physical. All levels here are being touched with this project and this community. So thank you so much, guys. I almost just want to hang out here and stay with you. So unless you have any other questions, I see a comment from John at Boba. Great stuff, Ray. I can't wait to see the videos when you have the chance to go in November. Yes, me too. It's, my hope is that we have somebody on the team that is going to be focusing really on capturing the journey and doing like a video journal, if you will, that gets onto social media and that gets into a documentary that we build throughout the experience and as we move into the rest of our mission. So that is in the works as well. And again, congratulations, everybody. Thank you so much for your support. Sending you all a lot of love. And I'm here. I'm here for Cardano. I am here for these kids. I am here for my Grow Pool stakeholders and delegations. I'm here for all of it, day in and day out. Please don't hesitate to reach out to me either through here on the website, through our Telegram channel, through our Twitter channel, Instagram, Facebook, you name it. Don't forget to subscribe. I'm going to be doing more of these updates as they come. The more children you have, the more changes there are every month. So there'll be more to update. And hopefully those correspondence and those letters are open up after the struggle in Ethiopia's Tigray region settles down, which I honestly hope happens before I get there in November. But seems to be a multi-generational struggle conflict. And it's deep in their bones and veins. And it's just not going to end quickly or easily. But please, guys, keep an eye out for that. What's happening? You're going to see a lot of news coming from Ethiopia with respect to that struggle that's happening in Tigray. There's a lot of humanitarian effort. Doctors Without Borders is out there. There's all kinds of charities and initiatives that are doing the best that they can, given the circumstances that they're facing with that conflict, to make it better. And we're talking millions here. Millions of people are displaced, are hungry, are starving, are facing death. This is happening every day. And that's just in the country of Ethiopia. That's not in the surrounding countries or other places in the world. So we have a lot of work to do. And we're we're doing the best that we can do. And there's an old Hawaiian saying I'm going to leave you guys with. I spent a good 20 years on the islands, and I still go back and forth for work and for business and for family. The saying is, "A'ohe hana nui ke aluia." And that means no task is too great when done together by all. Together, we can do this. Thank you so much, guys. I love you.